The air around Meghan Markle's latest, With Love, wine launch just went sour, and this time, it wasn't the grapes. What was meant to be another glossy moment of lifestyle branding has turned into a public embarrassment after Victoria Beckham reportedly shredded the ad during her Netflix premiere weekend. It was supposed to be Meghan's chance to prove she could turn glamour into influence, but instead, it came off as tone-deaf and overhyped. Beckham's subtle but cutting remarks about wannabe sophistication without substance were enough to set social media on fire, and people didn't hold back. Suddenly, the Duchess's wine wasn't being praised, it was being poured out. Viewers who tuned into Victoria Beckham's new Netflix feature didn't expect to see Meghan dragged into the conversation, but Victoria's unfiltered jab was impossible to miss. When asked about the explosion of celebrity lifestyle brands, she quipped that some people mistake attention for taste. It was clear to fans that she was referring to Meghan's With Love campaign, especially after the cringeworthy ad had just aired online. A glossy, overscripted performance showing Meghan trying to exude old Hollywood charm while pouring a glass of rose that somehow made even her fans uncomfortable. The timing couldn't have been worse. Beckham's documentary was trending one on Netflix while Meghan's ad was being ridiculed across TikTok and X. What makes this so brutal is the history between the two women. Once seen as friendly faces within the same elite circles, Victoria and Meghan's relationship reportedly fractured years ago over gossip leaks and trust issues. Now, Victoria's thinly veiled criticism lands like poetic justice. While Beckham is basking in global praise for her authenticity and elegance, Meghan is accused of manufacturing every moment of trying too hard to stay relevant in an industry that's already moved on. This latest wine fiasco, as fans are calling it, only reinforced the perception that Meghan's post-royal brand is running out of substance. The With Love ad itself didn't help matters. The concept, Meghan alone in a lavish villa, gazing into the camera with soft music as she talks about the spirit of togetherness, struck many as hollow. Critics called it self-indulgent, with some branding experts suggesting it looked more like a perfume commercial than a wine promotion. The worst part? Sales reportedly didn't spike after the ad dropped, despite the massive PR push. Instead, comment sections filled with sarcasm, memes, and one-liners mocking the overly dramatic delivery. "It's giving Hallmark, not Napa Valley," one user wrote, summing up the sentiment that Meghan's vision of luxury feels more scripted than sincere. Meanwhile, Victoria Beckham's documentary delivered everything Meghan's campaign didn't: authenticity, humor, and self-awareness. Beckham let cameras into her life with a rare honesty, showing her flaws and frustrations as well as her achievements. That contrast hit viewers hard. Victoria appeared relatable and grounded, while Meghan's polished performance seemed detached and performative. The online comparison became brutal, with fans flooding comments like, "Victoria's living her truth while Meghan's still auditioning for approval." It wasn't just a branding loss for Meghan, it was a credibility hit. To make matters worse, Hollywood insiders began leaking whispers that Meghan's team had been counting on this wine project to reinvigorate her image after months of negative coverage. The goal was to pivot her from royal drama to lifestyle entrepreneurship. But with Victoria Beckham dominating headlines and turning the spotlight toward real artistry and grit, Meghan's attempt came across as another PR play that missed its mark. Even some of her former supporters admitted they felt marketing fatigue, the constant rollout of brands, slogans, and speeches with little emotional connection behind them. This whole episode exposes a bigger issue that's been haunting Meghan for years: image versus authenticity. The more she tries to control the narrative, the less believable she becomes. Fans can sense when something is genuine, and Victoria Beckham's effortless charm on Netflix only highlighted how calculated Meghan's With Love performance was. Viewers don't want another curated fantasy, they want reality, vulnerability, and something real to root for. Instead, Meghan gave them a script and it fell flat. Now the fallout is spreading beyond the ad itself. Reports say several potential brand partners are re-evaluating collaborations with Meghan's label after seeing how poorly the campaign was received. PR experts are already calling it the beginning of brand fatigue, warning that she's burning through public goodwill faster than she can rebuild it. Meanwhile, Victoria Beckham's star continues to rise, hailed as a fashion icon who knows exactly when to speak and when to let her work speak for itself. In contrast, Meghan's every move feels louder, less organic, and more desperate for applause. And that's the painful irony for someone who once seemed destined to rewrite the rules of modern celebrity. Meghan Markle now risks becoming the very thing she used to criticize, a performer playing a role no one believes anymore.